for those who need to read lips. Good morning, everyone. I know most of you already know me. I'm Adrian. My pronouns are they, them. I am honored to be a part of your Trans Day of Visibility, but I do want to make it very known. I am aware that as a thin, white, able-bodied person, I have a lot of privileges that many other trans people do not. And even I struggle with remembering the joy when systems of oppression weigh me down. This celebration of trans joy is meant to be a reminder, a spotlight, not an obligation. Your worries, your fears, your anger are also welcome with open arms here. They are signs you are fighting. I hope this works as a reminder as to why. With that said, when I first set out to write this, I thought it would be easy. Trans joy is abundant in my life, both my own and among my friends. But in my attempts to put this into words in a way that my mostly cisgender audience would be able to really grasp, I realized trans joy is often like that of a flower pushing through the pavement. It is both mundane and beautiful. It feels like a breath of fresh air that somehow in that same moment takes your breath away. Finding the right words to adequately explain this has proven difficult at best, tougher than expected. But that's because I was trying to write all of this for both cis and trans people. Instead, I've made this into two parts. The first is to all of you here and watching online who are trans, non-binary, queer, and maybe even questioning. I want to give you the strength through everything. The second part will be more directed at those of you who consider yourselves allies. And I use this phrasing, consider yourselves, because ally should be a verb, an action, and a choice that you continue making. Trans joy is beauty. It is seeing yourself in the mirror and feeling more stunning than any mountain view because it's you. It's putting on a binder and nearly crying when you see yourself in the mirror, shirt finally fitting just right. It's trying on that skirt that you told yourself, no, that's for other people, and then suddenly realizing that it's for you. It's braiding your hair in the woods, not for anyone else but yourself. My friend May is standing in front of a mirror, seeing herself in a dress for the first time. She'd been so anxious. She brought up wanting one so many times, and she'd made so many excuses why she couldn't. But when she twirled around, letting the fabric spin with her, it's like her soul let go of a breath nobody even knew she was holding. For the first time in a very long time, the person she's always been is looking back at her, and she is so beautiful. Trans joy is rebellion. It's saying, I am here, I am me, and I am fucking happy in the face of a society that says we're monsters. It is abrasive music and a fuck you, I'm gonna press on attitude. It's knowing that your existence is tied to generations of people who refused to give up. It is another workday on a crisp February morning. Ronnie, an office worker at their government job, steps into work, sporting their new haircut, a mullet, and beaming with euphoria in their new affirming style. Usually, as the conservative government official in charge of their department came through during his rounds, he'd say a casual good morning or hello. This morning, however, he speaks no greeting or any days going forward. There is no denying Ronnie's queerness with this new style, and being able to exist this way is, in its own small way, a rebellion against those who would rather people like him not exist. Trans joy is friendship. It is an unspoken, I see you, I'm like you, I will protect you, when interacting with another openly queer person in public. A nod, a smile, sometimes a grimace, a reminder you're not alone that nuzzles into your heart like a kitten. And it's a deep feeling of connection when you do manage to find that opportunity to connect. It is a mid-November night. I'm standing outside. It's around 40 degrees, and myself and 3 or 4 other people are huddled by an outdoor heater. Many others mingle nearby, and a band is setting up on a stage. I didn't know any of these folks a few hours ago. I came here alone tonight, but talking feels so natural in ways I'm not used to. There's a beautiful juxtaposition of ease and excitement among everyone around. We're at a Trans Pride Fest, a tiny music festival here in North Texas, and we're talking about how nice it is to not have to put up a performance, to have people believe and respect who we are. Trans joy is art. It's knowing that with your very existence, you get to take part in the act of creation. You are grapes to wine. You are clay to pottery. You are instrument to song. It is reshaping of gender roles and expectations you've been given in a way that forms not just your interactions with others, but sculpts your sense of self. The music starts. All eyes are on the door. Mace walks in. No, struts into the room. It is his first drag performance, and his friends are in the crowd cheering louder than the rest. His outfit, a flowy mixture of suit and dress, was made by his own hand just for the occasion. His usual style has a bit of flair to it too, but choosing to go over the top like this is a new sort of elation, and as he lip syncs to the song, he knows he's a work of art. Trans joy is euphoria. It's this feeling deep in your core that this is who you are, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's strong enough to make everything else worth it somehow. A dandelion blooms through the crack in the pavement, though many call it a weed, undesirable, unsightly, too conflicting with expectations. To those who stop to admire it, it's beautiful. Resilient, just because that's what it takes to keep going, to live fully, to bloom. Just by living as your true self, you bring a brightness to the world around you, and your very existence can allow for and encourage others, and that is enough. Being you is enough. Trans joy is in danger. I'm looking at my allies now. In order to protect trans people, to ensure that trans joy can still bloom, even with the shadows of our oppressors, it is imperative that you treat the title of ally not as a noun, but as a verb, an action that you take each day. So here's some things that you can do or not do to stand up for trans joy. Trans joy is worth protecting. Do not out trans people in your life, even to those you deem safe. In fact, if asked, you don't know any trans people. It only takes one misstep, one wrong person overhearing, for a trans person's well-being to be at serious risk. Let your trans friends decide who is safe to tell and when. I cannot emphasize this enough. In this current political climate especially, it is not safe to just announce that someone is trans. Trans joy is worth educating others. Do stand up for trans people when you hear misinformation being spread. Just earlier this month, a man in Wisconsin went to his state capitol to speak in support of a bill that would ban gender-affirming care for trans youth. After sitting through hours of testimony of trans people and their allies, he stood up and announced he had changed his mind. Not every interaction you will have will end up like this, but you can plant a seed. Knowing common anti-trans talking points and having counter-arguments ready is a good first step in this. Even if you don't change the minds of the people you're talking directly to, you never know who is listening, learning, and feeling supported by your words. Trans joy is worth practicing for. Do practice pronouns with your peers. If a friend, coworker, or church member comes out as trans, work with other allies around you to practice their new name and pronouns. I cannot emphasize enough how much being gendered correctly can make a difference in a trans person's life. To misgender someone is to deny who they are, to imply you know them better than they know themselves. Trans joy is worth expanding your connections. This one supports the LGBTQ community beyond just trans people. Do come to Pride events. Grace and Pride is June 21st this year, by the way, and see how happy and comfortable people are in a safe environment. Talk to vendors, learn, listen, carry that experience with you, because it's as life-changing as you let it be. Trans joy is worth showing up for, imperfectly. Do be imperfect with your allyship. If you slip up, correct yourself and move on. Try not to draw attention to the mistake. Know that you're always learning. We all are, always. Be open to new information, but don't expect perfect grace when you do make those mistakes. Sometimes the response may be anger or upset, and that's also a fair response. And trans joy is worth privacy. Do not pry regarding someone's transition if they disclose they're trans. What medical procedures someone may or may not have had is none of your business unless that information is offered willingly. What name someone used prior to coming out is not information you need. And trans joy is struggling right now. The trans community is under attack, especially here in Texas and Oklahoma. Please, please educate yourselves and help us. I don't know a single person, a single trans person who isn't scared right now, and having allies, ones that treat that title as an action instead of a noun, is so, so important to our safety. Trans joy is going to push on, and every little bit you can help can be life-saving.